Hey everyone, Dreadwind here on my Windwalker Monk. Today we are doing Twin Peaks, so some capture the flag action. Should be pretty intense, and we're going to start off on some defense, and while we wait for the horde players to come in at us, we're going to go ahead and talk about talents real quick. So here we have my basic talent setup. What you're going to notice is I'm not running Chi Explosion, I'm not running Chi Torpedo, and most surprisingly, I'm not running Chi Burst. Now, while that's kind of stressful to some people, that is definitely the more mainstream way to go, is to run Chi Burst. It's a little more burst damage, a little more burst healing. It's good. For me, though, it doesn't work for me. I like Chi Wave a lot. It's really easy to use. I don't have to think about it at all. Chi Burst kind of takes some setting up, and it can also be interrupted, which is kind of frustrating. So on top of that, as cool as Kamehamehas are, it's just not for me. And I just gotta play your own monk style, and that's what I'm gonna talk about with these talents, because I just do it differently, and it's still viable, and that's what I'm gonna be showing here in this video. Chi Torpedo, I don't like using it because I feel like I'm using my rolls for damage, and the healing's nice as well, but I feel like my role should be to put myself in a better position and outmaneuver my opponents. And I feel like I've spent too much time trying to, Chi Torpedo and jump at the same time to hit somebody, and it just feels clunky. And it doesn't feel right to me. And as for Chi Explosion, it's definitely good. If you can't get on the target, it's nice to have that range and that capability. And also, of course, with our, I think, kind of weird mastery, it works well with that because you're going to stack a lot of Tiger's Eye Brew stacks, which is going to increase your damage. It just takes a little while getting used to, and I have played with it a fair amount, but to me, it doesn't really feel like my monk. I feel like I want to be up in their face, hitting them with a blackout kick. So I'm totally okay with running with either Serenity or Hurricane Strike. Um, I know a lot of people are pretty down on Serenity, but I think it's really fun to use just because I feel like a real monk doing it. I'm just like throwing out 100,000 series of just crazy kicks, and they're just like, oh my gosh, get this guy off me. But of course, the very obvious downside is, getting CC during it, because then, kind of wastes a 1.5 minute cooldown. But cool thing to note about Serenity is you will actually do get a fair amount of Tiger's Eye Brew stacks from it, because you actually use the Chi, it just instantly refills itself. So obviously Chi spent is going to give you more Tiger's Eye Brew, which is nice. And Hurricane Strike is just fun. You can just watch people's health just disappear, and that is just fun to use. You'll see a couple good, Hurricane Strikes throughout this video, and it's pretty entertaining. But back to the battleground. Um, so we're just staying back on defense. If y'all saw that, me and a couple of my friends, we were just trying to, see if we might be able to wipe the horde here and just stop them from really progressing with the flag. We're both geared out, so we're not too stressed about, winning. We do try to be team players, try to get the flag back, but it's really lighthearted stuff. And if any of you ever want to do some BGs with us or do some sort of PvP, we're always up for it. Me and my friend, he's always on, I'm always on. He's right there, that Death Knight. Yeah, so if you ever want to, just hit us up, and we are more than welcome to just do some BGs with you guys. It's a lot of fun for us, even though we're fully honor geared out. We can help you get some honor gear if you need it. It's no problem for us. But yeah, as far as that goes, just gonna sit here in the flag room, see if we can't stop any more horde. Well, we already have a good advantage this game, so it's looking pretty promising for us. But we'll have to see how it keeps progressing. What do we got here? Oh, a Boomkin. Sizing me up? If anyone does not know, Boomkins are doing some scary damage this patch. Like, Star Surge hits like a truck, so the best thing you can do to them is just try to lock them down and do not let them cast things on you. Touch of Karma early if you need to, because they're going to bring it. But luckily, he wasn't too much of a problem. He kind of came in, 1v4, 1v5, which is not very smart. And if you saw right there, I left my portal up here, which I think is a really good thing to do on this map. If you get the chance to, just definitely throw it up there, because one, it can help you escape, numerous encounters. Because obviously, as a monk now, we can't just be just taking everyone on like 100%. Like we're not a warrior, so you have to kind of play smart and definitely take advantage of this. So here, just again laying this portal down, just trying to prepare ourselves. We never know if we might need it. We probably won't, but it's just good to have down. And we're gonna go ahead and 1v1 this hunter. He's adamant about taking us down, so we will oblige. We will duel him, because good sir, you have insulted our honor. He disengaged right back into that wall. He must have bumped his head, because that did not look like it felt good. As you see here, I did Hurricane Strike him in close quarters, which with hunters, it's always pretty tricky because their pets are on you, and the damage is actually going to split between the two of them, which is not what you want. It's not as... That's kind of where you kind of lose Hurricane Strike. It just becomes more lackluster then because you're not getting your full use out of it. I kind of wish it was like still did damage to whoever you're targeting, but then still did like extra damage to everyone else. Kind of like a Fist of Fury thing. That'd be really nice, but either way, it still helped us take that hunter out, and we're just going to keep fighting here in middle. We are mid warriors, and I'm kind of proud of it. You know, I probably shouldn't be, and this is not what you all want to see, but mid warriors unite. Please comment that below. That would make me really happy. No, but time to make good use of this Berserker buff. It's really satisfying feeling as a monk whenever you get your Berserker buff, and then you have 10 stacks of Tiger's Eye Brew, and your trinkets up, and you're just like, oh, I want to hit something. Especially with Hurricane Strike, you can almost one-shot someone. And as you see on my screen, I have my Tiger Power and my Rising Sun Kick debuff up on my screen, and I have that there just so I can keep track of it better. It's the most important thing on your monk. The most baseline beginner thing is like, hey, whenever you're fighting, keep your Tiger Palm up. And for those of you that don't know, that lets us ignore 30% of the target's armor. So we're just going to hit a little bit harder. And then my Rising Sun Kick debuff actually increases the damage of all my other spells and abilities by 20%, which is very, very strong. Like, you don't want to hit anyone with anything big unless you have that debuff up. The Tiger Palm, you want to keep that up too, but it's the Rising Sun Kick is the most important. Prioritize that first. Because like I said, you're going to get 20% more damage off all of your abilities. So I'm talking Hurricane Strike, Fist of Fury, the work. It's going to be very worthwhile to just keep track of those. And if you are wondering what that add-on one, it's called Tell Me When, and I just set it up to where I can track those buffs and debuffs. It's very helpful. So we're finally on the offense, back in their flag room, and the rogue gets the flag, so we will not be the hero today. We're the hero this team deserves, but not the one it needs. So this guy actually just spawned into the battleground, and I feel kind of bad about it, but we just kind of inhaled him. Like, it was scary. I just felt bad about it, but I mean, he came into the wrong battleground is what he did. He's gonna learn today. Alright, so pressing back on the middle, looks like this Boomkin again. Still just spamming these Star Surges. I don't know if y'all see that, but he's got to be messing my teammates up. So I'm just going to do my best to try to take him out of the fight. Looks like we got him outnumbered here, so we should have a good chance of beating him. And Fist of Fury is hitting really hard this patch. I don't know if anyone else is noticing, but it's probably our strongest move. So definitely take advantage of using it. It's just kind of hard to hit with sometimes, and I understand that. But as always, I'm just really glad that you all take time to watch this video. If you have any questions or anything else, just comment below, and I'd love to answer them. Alright, thank you. Have a good night.